Morning students, welcome to our next lecture of data structures and algorithms. Today we will start our third unit, that is searching and sorting. Till now in our previous lectures we studied about different types of data structures, that means two different types of data structures, linear and non-linear data structures. So in linear data structures we studied about stack data structure, then queue data structure and linked list data structures. So in today's lecture we will study about searching and sorting. Searching and sorting are the topics which we will be using in data structures to search any element from the given data structure or to sort the elements stored in the data structure. That's why we are studying this unit, searching and sorting. Searching and sorting, as the names are already suggesting, searching means we will search a particular data element from the data structure, and sorting means we will sort the given data structure. So let's start with searching. Searching means, or we can say that searching can be defined as the process of finding an element and its location in a collection of elements. That means we are finding an element from a collection of elements, and after finding that element we will also find the location of that element. That means at which location the desired element has been found. We will also search for the location. So searching is defined as the process of finding an element and its location from a collection of elements. So from a collection of elements we can find a desired element in two different ways. That means we will be using two different searching techniques. First one is linear search and second one is binary search. Now from discussing this unit from exam point of view, is this unit is one of the most scoring unit, as this unit contains all the techniques of searching and sorting, and all those techniques will be solved in numerical form. So solving these techniques, that means searching a particular data element from a collection of elements and sorting the data structure, all these techniques that we will be using in searching and sorting will be of numerical type form and will contain only the steps that will be easier for us, for all of us to understand and to write in the exam. So this is one of the most scoring units of data structures and algorithms, and from this unit we will also understand that how data is stored in data structure, how we can fetch or search any desired element from that data structure, or the data structure that is stored, if it is not sorted, then how we can sort the elements in that data structure. So this is one of the most important units of data structures and algorithms subject. Now we are discussing about the searching techniques. We will be studying two different searching techniques. First one is linear and second one is binary search. So let's start with linear search. Linear search is also known as sequential search. Sequential search means we will search for any element in the array in a sequential form, in a linear form. So in exam it can be asked either through the name linear search or through the name sequential search. So always remember that linear search is also known as sequential search. As the name is suggesting, linear search or sequential search, that means we will search for an element from the collection of an elements in a sequential manner, one by one. So let's understand this linear search or sequential search with an example. So this is an example of linear search. In linear search we find an element by traversing the entire list from beginning until we get the desired element. So what we will be doing in linear search, we will search for an element by traversing the entire list of the collection of elements. That means the entire list that we are having, and we want a specific element to be searched from that entire list. So to search that specific element, we will traverse that entire list. We will traverse that entire list from the beginning and will stop when we will get our desired element. Okay, so let's understand this with an example. So this is our example. Let array 6 be an array of 6 random elements. So here we have taken an array. We have denoted this array using the keyword ARR for array, and 6 is denoting the number of elements that this array contains. So we are having an array, and this array contains 6 random elements. 6 random elements are 11, 22, 44, 33, 10 and 9, and the numbers which are denoted below this array are the location of these elements. That means element 11 is located at location 0, 22 at location 1, 44 at location 2. We are taking location from 0 because array always contains the first element at location 0. That's why we have taken the location from 0. Now since this was our original array, from this original array we want to find an element, say 33. Now we want to search an element 33 from this given array. Now what steps we will follow so that our system will provide us the location of the element which we want to find, that is 33. So what operations will be performed to search the element 33, we will discuss. So we want to find the element 33. Now the element 33 will be denoted using num. Num means the number which we want to search in the array. Initially we set location variable LOC equals to 0. Initially we will set the value of location variable to 0, and then we will compare num, that is num is 33, the element which we want to search from this array. We will compare num with the element which is at 0th location. So this was our array. We will first compare the num, the number which we want to search in our array, with the element stored at 0th location. We have also taken another variable, and that variable is the found. Found variable is used to denote whether the desired element is found or not. So we will set the value of found to 0, as we don't know the exact location of the element which we want to search. Now we will compare the number which we want to search with the number stored at 0th location. So number 33 is compared with 11. As array 0, that means the element which is stored at location 0 is 11, and 11 and 33 is not equals to 11. That means the value of found will remain 0, because the number and the location to which we are comparing the number are not same. So value of found will remain unchanged, and we will move to the next element. Now after the location 0, we will compare our searching element 33 with the element next in the array. So we will compare number 33 with the element 22, which is stored at location 1 in the array. So number array 1 is not equals to num, that means 22 is not equals to the desired element which we are searching, that is 33. So the value of found will again remain 0 and we will move for the next element. Then for next element we are having 44 and we will compare the num 33 with 44. So num 33 is not equals to 44, that means again we do not get the desired element at location 2. So again the value of found will remain 0. Now moving further to next element, we are having the element 33 at location 3. Now we will compare the num, that means the number 33 which we want to search in this array. We will compare the num 33 with the next element, that is 33 in the array. Now the array 3, that means the array, the number stored at location 3 is equals to num, that means 33 is equal to 33. It means that the number is found, the desired number which we were searching in this array has been found and the number has been found at location 3. So we will display the output that number found at location 3 and no need to further search because the number has already found. So our output screen will show us that the number 33 has been found at location 3 and our program will return back. So in this way we can apply linear search or sequential search to search the desired element from an array of some random elements. So this was all about linear search. I hope you all have understood. Thank you very much.